it weren't for love. This little heart of mine wouldn't race if it weren't for love. There'd be no size any place, so this world would be a sightless place if it weren't for love. And if it weren't for love, there'd be no fond embrace if it weren't for love. These lips of mine would be a waste if it weren't for love. This empty life would be a disgrace, so my life would be an empty place if it weren't for love.
My name is Liz Woolley. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm a graduate from the music therapy program at Utah State University. I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm a musician. I began my music lessons when I was 6 years old. My mom taught me piano since I was just a small kid. And I continued throughout elementary school, junior high, and high school doing choirs and various piano accompaniments and a few musicals here and there, but it really didn't take off until I got to college. That's where I studied piano very seriously, and I also began my jazz studies my second year of school. I began performing seriously my second or third year of school. I was about 21 years old, and I moved to Salt Lake City, and I had a bunch of friends there that had kind of established themselves in the area as some working musicians, and we just went out and found some restaurants and some weddings and some parties, and they let me tag along and play with them. I knew some tunes, and that's when the gigging really began. I like to write music. I've released a few CDs. I released my debut jazz album just this last year. I also created a website, lizwooleymusic.com, and I've just been working on writing more songs, recording more albums. I've recently recorded an album with my little sister, bluegrass, pop kind of music. I find myself influenced by a lot of different types of music and a lot of different types of musicians. I couldn't possibly be just, one genre. I listen to jazz, bluegrass, country, pop, rock, blues. I love it all. I try to do a little bit of everything when I write, when I perform. I have, my few favorite musicians. I love John Mayer, I love Jamie Cullum, Chris Thile, and then there's all the jazz musicians that I've been influenced by and look up to: Carmen McRae, Stacey Kent, Benny Green, and then of course all the legendary players in any of the genres. You try not to get pigeonholed into anything and just experience it all and love every type of genre that you can possibly get your hands onto. If I had the ability to choose one place to play, I'd love to go back to Europe. I went there with a group from my junior college and performed in Italy, but I'd love to go back on my own terms with my own band, find a cool jazz club, get involved with the scene out there, and just make a mark somewhere else in the world besides where I'm at right now.
Good times come and good times go, but one thing stays the same. When I don't know the road to take, there will always be a way. I look around and wouldn't you know, the answers make the way. So my worries come again another day, and when they come again, I'll tell you what I say. Just turn around now, you're not welcome here today.
When I went to the University of Utah, I was studying classical piano and jazz piano. And while I enjoyed it, I knew I didn't have the discipline to become a real serious performer in either of those genres. It takes an exceptional amount of dedication and devotion, and I had some of it, but not all of it. And I just wasn't feeling real settled on it, and also I wanted to find something that once I finished school and had the degree, you know, this is what I'm going to go out and find this job, and this is what I'm going to do. And I just didn't find that in the performing realm until someone finally one day said, well, have you thought about music therapy? And honestly, I didn't even know what it was, really. So I went out and I read some of the literature, I found articles, I found YouTube clips, and I saw a YouTube clip of a music therapist working in a hospital with some cancer patients' children. And that really struck a chord with me. I thought, how great would it be to be able to use the skills I've developed as a musician to go out into the world and work with people and help people and you know, make a difference in the lives of people with needs simply by using my skills as a musician. It's a growing field. It's one not too many people are terribly familiar with, but there are a lot of options out there. Schools, hospitals, veterans hospitals, nursing homes, etc., etc. There's just so many options for it. And so ideally I'd like to work with children. That's what drew me to music therapy in the first place, and that's what I hope to work with in the future. But any of those options, I would love to work in any capacity with music therapy. I worked with Alzheimer's patients, and then I also worked with teen girls with eating disorders, and I had a one-on-one client. It was a boy with Asperger's or high-functioning autism. I've enjoyed working with every single population I've worked with. Each population has different strengths and different needs and different ways to use music. But I do enjoy working with children the most. I just feel like I have a different connection with children and a different way of working with children that I enjoy more than the other populations. However, like I said, any population I would enjoy working with. I think the beautiful thing about music is that it's a part of every culture. Everybody can relate to it. You go anywhere in the world, any culture in the world, and music is a part of it. And it's just a universal language and a universal way of communicating with one another. And music is great as a therapeutic tool. It creates a safe environment, and it speaks to each person. It speaks to each person differently, yet it's a common link between all of us, and it can draw things out of people that other therapeutic tools can't. It's just a very universal thing that can help each person in a different way.
No, there's no